Hi there, Rhonda here with Rhonda's 2 Cents Worth. Welcome to the channel. Today is Tuesday, October 21st, and I am at the Glenwood, Arkansas City Council meeting.
Joe May, would you open this word prayer?
Father in heaven, we ask that you would be with us tonight as the business of the city is transacted. We ask that you would give the council wisdom, Father, to govern by your word. We ask, Lord, that you would, as always, forgive us all of our sins and keep us safe. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Johnny Cox. Yes, sir. Jimmy Clark.
Yes.
Chris Fuller.
Yes, sir.
Okay, minutes for September 24th, or 23rd, 24th.
I'll make a motion to approve them as presented. I'll second that.
A motion and second to approve the minutes. All in favor? Roll call.
Chris Fuller.
Yes.
Johnny Cox. Yes. Jimmy Clark.
Yes.
Okay, resolution 2025, financial, excuse me, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Financials and Jason will go through
The first page, as usual, starting with general fund, you have the balance sheet ending September 30th, 24, year 2024 to 2025 comparison, not much difference there. Next two pages are the P&L, year-to-date through the end of September, again, comparison for 24 to 25. Quite a bit of difference there, but as you can clearly see where those are at. There's basically $100,000 and $160,000 in grants that are from last year that are not in this year. So that makes the difference in the income, difference in expenses is the park expenses, essentially is the difference there.
And that you spent the $100,000, that grant come in was in last year's money, but was spent this year, so the expenses don't go out this year, even though the income came in last year.
Next two pages are just the month of September compared. Just so happens to be the month that $100,000 grant came in for income. And then the next two pages are your budget to actual. We're behind, obviously, in income, which a lot of that is due to property tax, which most of us know this is property tax month, so we'll be catching up on that in the next month. So when that money gets released back to us, to the city from the county. Then we will move over to the balance sheet for the street fund. About $300,000 increase in assets from the previous year. P&L year-to-date is on the next page. quite a bit less, or I'm sorry, more than it was last year. But we've also, we spent a lot more last year in researching, which that's coming up for this year. A lot of the stuff we just did for our doing.
That is finished now. And you will vote on that. You already voted on the budget, but you'll vote on the payment tonight. Because street work is all done for the year, from the paving and chip and seal.
Next page is just the month of September, so there's not much difference there. And then budget the actual on the next page. And again, that'll get more in line with the budget after all the paving stuff's been paid for. Sanitation fund balance sheet, not much change there, $37,000. Year to date, P&L comparison, about $50,000, $45,000 less, $10,000 less in income and $30,000 more in expenses, which we increased what we pay in our contractor this year, so that's a big part of it. Wages are over budget for some reason. Just the month of September on the next page. And next page is budget action. Still on the same page. I'm about to be on that. Next one is water and sewer, balance sheet, first two pages. About $1.5 million increase in total assets. Most of that is in cash, but one of the things, and I'll just kind of go ahead and skip back to what's included with what we're going to be paying for our semi-annual interest payment and for the bonds, the $4.44 million bond.
This is what we owe now.
That's what we owe now.
Yeah, the new bond hasn't been issued yet on the water or on the sewer.
So we've got our semi-annual interest payment coming up November 1st, which is $115,000 plus $95,000 of the bonds have been called as of that date. So fees and all, we'll be paying out a little over $211,000 at the end of, or the beginning, 11/1, November 1st, end of this month. But the increase in cash is kind of deceiving because we're not making payments on any of our new bonds for the water and sewer projects. Once we start making the payments on those, that cash is gonna start coming down.
We've got, right now, we have a 2-year windfall on that. You're gonna call it a windfall, we're gonna owe it. And then Brenda, is it a year after completion for our first payment, usually with natural resource? So we're still probably 3 years away from having a note payment. Even though we had to get the bond issue set up to get the grant money, or the loan money, nothing's come through, and it'll be, we won't have a payment this year or next year because we haven't got anything out to bid, and then once construction starts and gets complete, you'll have a payment till the year after completion. So we could be 4 or 5 years away from having a note payment, but we had to get restructured to get to here, if it makes any sense. Any questions on the financials? Have a motion to accept the balance sheet.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion, have a second. Roll call.
Chris Fuller,
Yes.
Jimmy Clark,
Yes.
Johnny Cox.
Yes.
Okay, resolution 2506. Jimmy, you want to read that one?
Resolution number 2025-06, a resolution for the mileage levy of all personal and real property in the city of Glenwood. Whereas the noted code 26-73202 requires each city/town to issue a written certificate of village levy for both real estate and personal property within its jurisdiction. Be it resolved by the city of Glenwood, City Council of Glenwood, Arkansas, that a village levy rate of 5.0 mils is to be levied for both real and personal property within the boundaries of the city of Glenwood in Montgomery County, Arkansas, for the year 2025 to be collected in the year 2026.
This doesn't change, we just have to do it every year, to get our 5 mills. Do I have a motion to accept resolution 2025-06?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second? Roll call?
Johnny Cox?
Yes.
Jimmy Clark?
Yes.
Chris Pope?
Yes.
Okay, Chris, you wanna read 2025-07?
A resolution for the millage levy of all personal and real property in the city of Glenwood, Arkansas, whereas in noted code 26-73-202 requires each city/town to issue a written certificate of the millage levy for both real and personal property within its jurisdictional limits. Be it resolved by the City Council of Glenwood, Arkansas, that a millage levy rate of 5 mils is to be levied for both real and personal property within the boundaries of the city of Glenwood in Pike County, Arkansas, per area of Glenwood 32G for the year 2025 to be collected in the year 2026.
Again, the same thing for Pike County as it did for Montgomery County.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion, do I have a second? Roll call?
Jimmy Clark?
Yes.
Johnny Cox? Yes. Chris Pope?
Yes.
Okay, the next one is 2025-08. And in the minutes, that says 2028-08, that should be 2025-08. If you'll correct that typo in the minutes, it's correct on the resolution. Jimmy, or, Johnny, you wanna read that one?
It's under a resolution for the millage levy of all personal and real estate property in the city of Glenwood, Arkansas. Whereas noted code 26-73-202 requires each town/city to issue a written certificate of millage levy for both real estate and personal property within its jurisdiction. Be it resolved by the City Council of Glenwood, Arkansas, that a millage rate of 5.0 mils is to be levied for both real and personal property within the boundaries of the city of Glenwood and Pike County, Arkansas, or area of Glenwood 43G for the year 2025 to be collected in the year 2026.
We have to do 2 of these on the city.
We had to do 2 of these in Pike County because there's 2 different districts.
Okay. All right, that's the reason, but this is the same as, this is just 5 mills that you see for city tax. Nothing's changing, it's just, do I have a motion to accept 2025-08?
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second.
roll call?
Chris Pope?
Yes.
I need these
Jimmy
done, so
Clark?
I can
Johnny
get-
Cox?
Yes.
send them back to them
Okay.
before y'all leave.
Gotta get all 3 of them voted again?
Yes, sir. Okay.
April 366.
Are there any more I need?
No, we're good on
Yeah, that one I've got to send back.
that. Okay.
Start with Brenda.
This one,
You all sign this, Brenda's copy, please. Okay, the next item on the list is the pickup, and I think we've already voted on this. Brenda said she didn't sit in it, so I'm gonna do it again. This is a Ford pickup we agreed to sell. It's 2007, VIN number 1FTRF12W07KC55274, and we were gonna sell it by sealed bids. We're gonna accept sealed bids at the city hall until the next council meeting. And That is the same pickup I think we've already approved to sell, but they just now got it ready to sell. It's sitting there, that good looking, they cleaned it up, well, kept the truck. It's a truck now. It just got a tune-up, it got all the brakes fixed, got everything fixed on it. They fixed it before they brought it up to, but anyway, cleaned it up.
We didn't have, the VIN numbers, so okay, yeah, now we've got the VIN numbers, so.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to bring the truck up here and sell, or seal bids.
Second.
Roll call?
Johnny Cox,
Yes.
Jimmy Clark,
Yes.
Chris Cox.
Yes.
All right, next item on the list is what the fire department has been asking for, and they've got a sale going on right now. There's a couple of ways you can buy it. The $74,332. This is MSA, that's the newer equipment they got out there, and rather than changing, so nothing interchanges, we need to stay with MSA, and that's the one distributor in the state of Arkansas that sells MSA product. And I've got a special going on right now. If you buy air pack, you get a bottle free with it, and you get the voice activated face mask with it. We don't have, we'd have to buy one radio, and if you look on that bid sheet, there's a radio from Motorola for $3,538.03 that's Bluetooth that matches this equipment. You'd have one radio that can talk to the guys that's got a mask on if you do all this. There was another bid, if you look at the $70,572, that's still for 8 units and one RIT kit system. The Casco guy said the best thing to do is the $74,000 bid and not get the RIT system. And he's left, well, it's in there too. So you need to take that, he was saying you need to do this one way or the other. Either get the spare bottle and the oxygen line, the line that hooks up to their mask and go in there. So if you do this, you'll take, I've got the prices figured on, I didn't catch that. You take, if you do the 74, the sheet that says 74,000, you're actually gonna take $4,735 and $3,090 out of that bid, and that will do exactly what we need to get us in budget. Because those, now then, what he's saying, if you look at, there's a sheet on here that says, extended air system. If you get the extended air system, if you look at the price of the base unit, $5,970 against $5,500. If the fireman's in there and he runs out of air and there's another fireman in there with him, he can just unhook the hose, or the hose is coupled together and they share oxygen. And he said that's better than taking, somebody gotta bring another bottle into a guy in there. If a guy's inside, out of air, he needs to get out.
That'd be that right there.
So that would be the 66 what?
507.
66,507,
Then you got that sales tax.
and then the sales tax would have to be added. Instead of the 74 plus sales tax that I got marked up top, it would be 66, because if you do it, way on the back sheet, the 70,572, you get 2 more bottles and 1 RIT kit that somebody's gotta carry in and hook up to him. The guy said this is a new piece of equipment that they can put on these kits when they build them up, and he said, I think it's a better way to go. I think it's a better way to go. If we got a guy needing to get out of the building, somebody needs to help him get out of the building, we don't need to wait for somebody to bring a bottle of air in. But, and then the radio system, this is Bluetooth, and that's why you gotta buy, if you look at the sheet on there, if you do this system, the 66,000, as Jimmy said, you'd have to buy one radio from Motorola. It's a specific radio that's Bluetooth that works with that, and it's $3,538. It'll go on the #1 truck going out every time. And then that person can talk. They don't have to touch it, they don't have to touch a button or anything. If I understand it right, they can just talk in that mask, and they say it stirs a bell with these.
You're still gonna be at 70,000.
Yeah, but you're not as.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd go with the RIT system anyway.
But the suggestion of the rep is to go with the way he's quoted up here. And he said the city had looked at going to 6,000 PSI bottles for a minute, for an hour's air instead of 4,500 pound pressure bottles, which is what our Cascade system that charges them. is 45, that's $55,000 piece of equipment that you have to get rid of. You went to he said, no department now is going to the 60-minute bottle because it's extra weight on their back and it doesn't get them 15 minutes more air. And he said, then you gotta convert everything. He said, I would suggest you stay with 45-minute bottles like you got bid here and go with 40, and then our system that fills the air is still fine. We don't have to do anything with that. That ends all this $200,000 he was talking about the first of the year when he started looking at this. This gets everything they need. This will put 8 packs on the first 2 trucks, and we've got enough MSA packs, what was that other brand? Chris?
Survivor.
Survivor, to go on truck 3.
One of your MSAs though is gonna go to the water plant.
He's got his.
It's got Scott in there.
It's got,
Yeah.
the water department bought 2 packs, and there's 3 packs in the fire department of MSA. The water department bought those, and you bought one for the water plant, one sewer plant. Sewer plant's now using bleach, and they don't have to have one out there, so it can stay in the fire department, but you're gonna have to get the one to the water plant uses gas still. So that is, now that he has got, $75,602.38 in his Act 833 money right now. That's money that's designated specifically for the fire department, and we can write the $75,602.38 would come out of his money in Act 833. That won't hit city general anywhere. Whatever's left of the $65,000 and $3,000 radio plus sales tax would have to come out of his budget in,
So we'll roughly have to come up with 2 or more,
uh,
a little over 2, or right at 2,000.
He hasn't spent all the money that's come in there, but the way the budget looks in your budget, it's all mixed up in there. We need to break the fire department budget out separate. They have not spent all the money in there this year. And the 75,602.38 will come out of Act 833 money. It won't hit city general, it'll hit Act 833. And that's how much they have there.
$100.
Huh?
I didn't leave $100 for the account, so they don't.
That's fine.
Well,
We'll just have to
okay,
come up
I
with
mean,
the
you
rest.
leave-
We're already gonna have to come up with 2 or more.
$75,500 roughly you'll pay out of his Act 833 money.
And you got more coming in December, right?
In December and first January.
So this gets us 8 new back.
8 new packs. And then you gotta look at that radio on the back, that 3005, 3803. And they're gonna come down and help you program. If you were to get any more radios, you have to buy that, tag doze is what they call it, for $52. We don't need 2 radios to talk to them. You need one guy listening to them is all you need. This department don't need 2 radios to talk to those guys. They need one guy listening to them, I think. I don't think you need by. They got the radios are on the same frequency. The guys inside can hear everything that's going on. If there's any talk on the radios, it's gonna be the same frequency. It's just the one radio talks on, Bluetooth is how they talk back to that radio. This is what Brett had started asking for the first year. They're gonna go 6,000 pound system, and this special I've called the guy tonight. They've already cut him off on it. He's had till the end of the month, and they've already told him they gotta know how many he is. They've sold more systems than they thought. Because what he was looking at didn't even have the voice activated mask in them. And you're getting the voice activated mask and an extra bottle in this bid that we wasn't looking at first of the year. You're not buying 8 extra bottles. You're paying $1,275 for the 8 bottles, and then they're giving you 8 bottles free. If you look down in the bid, there's 8 bottles that's gonna charge. Any questions I haven't answered?
70,000, a little over 70,000 before tax.
66,000 plus 30, what, 66?
You'll have what, 70?
66 plus 35, 3803.
7,400 in tax probably.
Somebody adding that up?
What are we taking off?
You're gonna take off this and
What was it?
70,045 pre-tax,
So you'll have a little over 7, so you'll have 77. We still gotta come up with them.
$1,500.
this. You would do that, don't you did this bid. you'd have
Well,
to-
she's gotta leave
They're not
$100
gonna do this bid, they're gonna do this one. The 74, but you're gonna do the 60.
We got any that's out of cert, that can be recertified?
Only the MSAs, and he'll come around and check those, that's the only thing that's in that to research. The Scott packs are old.
Did he, I know he said that the survival air went out of business, but did he say that they can still be recerted?
I don't know
Or can we
that.
find that out?
We can find that out.
We're
Because
gonna move
if not,
those.
if not, when they, you're gonna be looking into buying 3 or 4 more,
At a later date.
you know what I mean?
We don't have the money, we can do this in budget, pretty much in budget, we can't do the other 3. Right now, we're gonna take the 3 and put, or the 4 and put on truck 3. But you'll have the main 2 rolling trucks with you, with the certified files.
We currently have 75,602 in that.
Yes. So you're gonna be, out of general fund, you're gonna hit about 2,000.
In the next 2 or 3 months, your Act 833 is gonna hit me.
But the problem with it is, if he's come due, I can't reimburse Act 833 out of general fund, I can't, that don't work. Act 833 is fire department money and it can't be mixed anyway. So we pay that bill off, we can't go back and say, oh, we paid 2,000 out of city general, we get to take that back. You got 75, 602, 38. We need about 2,500. About $2,500 is what's going, but that's in his budget if you don't go over on anything else. City general looking bad, but city general looking bad because that
How much is
park
that?
equipment hit and it was in last year's budget.
I thought it was closer to 24, 25.
It'd be about 2,500, but that will go against his budget, the fire department, right now they've got that much. Any discussion?
They coming out of general fund.
The 2,500 would.
I'll make a motion to move forward.
Have a motion to accept the Casco bid, minus the, on that bid, it's showing 74,000, it'd be 66,507. You're taking off the, RIT and the 2 tanks that are extra.
I'll second that.
Motion second, roll call.
Chris Fuller,
Yes.
Jimmy Clark,
Yes.
Johnny Cox.
Yes.
The next page, there's a gentleman that is working with their engineer, and I just wanted to bring you guys up to date. He's gonna have to put this apartment complex that they're looking to build here is out by the fitness center, that land that they cleared by the fitness center. He's gonna have to put a new lift station in because that's not big enough. The one that's up there at the fitness center. And I told him we were gonna run 2 stations, so we're gonna hook on to, the city would hook on to the main. He's gonna have, if you look in the corner up here, his lift station's gonna be all the way down here. He's gonna have to come up here and pick these apartments up anyway. And the city will hook on to and go around and hook the fitness center back up on sewer with gravity flow and shut that lift station down. And then from this point on, we will, if he actually puts these in, we're gonna have to upsize, and that'd be the city's expense, the force main from there to the back of the rest area.
What size is that going up to that pump station?
1.25 inches, something that's small.
Ugh.
Yeah. But it will be, probably a 3-inch. We'll have to put in from there up. And until he starts building apartments, because he's got the land up for sale right now, so he starts building apartments, I wouldn't change the force main until he is well under construction. And that has to be agreed on through the health department, and that's what the engineer sent him back, that we will accept these. He's gotta give our engineer his flow on those apartments, and the force main size he's gonna have to run, and he'll run it up to the property line, and we'll, if we got to change size force main there on that. That'll be 40 units if he builds them. They're only 5,000 feet, they're 2-story tall, he must have some 1-bedroom units in there. I saw the picture he had on there, beautiful, if he comes to build them. But there's really nothing to vote on unless y'all tell me I did wrong. If I did wrong, he's paying for all of the water and sewer upgrades on his property. The only thing we're gonna do to get rid of that one lift station, I wanna run gravity flow and hook on where that lift station comes out the building, go back there so we can get rid of the pump station. There's no need us maintain a pump station if we got gravity, can get the gravity flow system. And then we will have to upgrade the force main. The
How far,
church,
do you think that goes all the way back to,
you'll get to the rest area right there.
right behind the rest area?
Yeah, that's at that, where that lift station was, right at the center of the rest area.
Okay.
And that'll gravity flow from there on. And that main will need to be moved because we'll pick up the church. The church has got a lift station now, we'll go behind.
Thank goodness, because that's a lot of concrete to replace now.
We'll go behind the church because the sewer needs to get off that force main we're changing out. We'll pick their lift station up when we come by. That's behind the church out there. That's the way that'll have to go. We're not gonna go through the concrete. And they would have to pick up that way we can just pick them up when we come right by them on that force main.
Did you already talk to them and give us an easement to go?
They will. Okay. Mike Lawrence, 320 South Third Street, tiny house. Mike, you here?
Right here. Right here.
Okay.
Yes, I'd like to consider making an offer on that lot, but I just want to make sure that it's buildable, and I'd like to count my costs. Spoke with your county clerk, Brenda, and she said that I needed to meet with you folks and see about sizes of, what's their minimum that I can build. Like, I'm considering doing a 432 square foot, small little building, and then about a 600 square foot metal carport. Want to know about setbacks. Do I need a permanent foundation? Is there limitations on outdoor living space like decks or anything like that if I was to add them on there? What's involved in connecting, putting the driveway in? I see there's a culvert there. Can I just go grade it out and slope over the top?
320.
This is
Is-
where
is that-
where Milburn did, not Milburn, but the Dillard guy.
Oh, okay.
Leon lived, the house fire.
That's that culvert they got a culvert on there, or is that culvert on that alleyway?
I think
There's a culvert in that alleyway there, I know.
No, I think there's a culvert out front.
There may be a culvert out front there.
Yeah.
The culvert right down there where the old all-tail fence is, that's an alley that goes in back.
Okay, so this is 302 South Third? Are we talking the same one?
It's 320.
This says
Is
320.
it 320?
Yeah.
Oh, it is, okay, I thought it was 302, sorry.
Is that's Leon Dillard's old house place, is that what you're talking about? We're
Yeah,
talking about?
you're talking about the one on the hill with the steps going up.
It's got the steps going up.
That's Leon Dillard's
I
old
got
house.
it, I know what you're talking about.
I saw the water, it's got a water box there, so I can see where we connect there. I see some wires cut on the power pole, I imagine that's where we connect for electricity. Is that how we do that?
You'd have 1 meter sitting there and 1 sewer, if that sewer tap's still good, you'd have 1 meter and 1 sewer tap.
Okay.
What a house was. That hadn't been hooked up in,
In a long time, but there's a meter there.
huh?
There's a meter there.
Yeah.
And And there's a sewer tap there.
It's
The
been
sewer
years.
runs down, doesn't the sewer on that run down that alleyway in the back, I think?
That's Chris' question.
I'm almost sure it does, and that's what I was gonna ask you is, that alleyway is, I think they're using part of that as a back
That alley's
highway
still
to.
open.
Yeah, it's still open, part of the way. Well, it goes all the way though.
It
To the
goes
back
all
side.
the
You
way.
can drive down that alleyway and go right to the top of that property.
Oh, I didn't know that. So that's the access from the back?
April Canyon?
Yes.
The alley behind
Oh,
your house?
I didn't know. So then the trust really is not, I'm not able to connect to the paved.
Well, I had to figure that part out.
Okay, so this is some stuff that the realtor couldn't help me with. She didn't know.
Right.
So,
Yeah, cause you really don't have any parking there in the front whatsoever unless you do a lot of dirt work.
I was considering it. That's why I'm trying to.
That alleyway, that used to be access back there, that alleyway used to be the access to get to the top of that property. Now, we're talking about years ago.
Okay, so that's how they access. Yeah, because it's just totally grassed in. It doesn't even look like, I wondered what it was for, like a fire or something. I didn't know what the purpose of it was. That used to be the road and access. Okay. I'll have to look at it again.
That should be, should be an alley.
Jason, you're the only one here with the planning
It's there.
commission.
Last time I was down that thing was probably
He's looking at the sewer.
15, 20 years ago.
Look at the sewer.
So that's
Oh, I can
residential.
tell you.
I don't think they got a sewer on here.
Hold on.
They got sewer showing on Third and sewer showing on Fourth. I thought there was sewer in that alley back here, but that's not showing it, that don't mean it's not there. Anyway, you would have that one, you'd have to pay for, a second. You can't tap off of that, line and use that line or that meter. You'd have to, if you do more than one in there, you'd have to do, and Jason, I have to tell you what the setbacks are on Third Street. I don't,
couldn't tell you for sure off the top of my head.
you'll need to get with the planning commission, and as long as you meet the setbacks, I don't guess there's a restriction we have on tiny houses, is there down there? As long as you stay off the,
Billy, I'm wondering if that comes off the front.
it may come off the front, sewer may come off the front of that,
Okay.
it looks like. But there'd be one old connection, I'm not gonna guarantee how good it is, cause there hadn't been a house there in 20
A long time, that house burned a long time.
It's been a long time.
20 years. That may be clay pipe.
Oh, okay, so then that.
I don't know that.
Okay.
There's a manhole not too far from that.
Yeah. If you'll get with Jason and Alan that's not here to do the zoning, they'll tell you the setback. I don't think there's a problem on many houses as long as you're off of the, so far off the property line and everything. As far as I know, right, Jason?
I'll get your number.
Okay, all right, yeah, thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
I have so many, but I'll work with the. you know,
These
plan.
guys can give you the answers better. You don't have to bring that to council. They know what's going on the zoning committee better than we do.
Perfect, okay.
That's there, if there's a problem, they bring it to the council, and, usually if there's not a problem, it's just handled through them and moves on.
Okay, thank you.
Jason, I have his email.
First responder giving tree. Who's that?
The girls are just wanting y'all to announce that they will start taking people wanting to do the giving tree, they're gonna do the giving tree again. And that November 1st, they'll start taking people that need gifts for their children. And, names for people that will adopt a child for Christmas.
Brenda, do you have anything wrote down on that?
Do I have one?
Anything written down on that I can put in the paper? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, the next thing that I gave you is the only ordinance that was brought up last month about, UTV ordinances. This is not an ordinance ready for us to do, and this is not the suggestion that this is what the municipal league has seen out there. Their lawyers have not reviewed it and come up with a model ordinance yet on this, so I don't think y'all can take this and review this. I don't think you're ready to look at this as our ordinance. This is one town's ordinance that they adopted, and I've just seen it. It is not And this is not what the municipal league is suggesting we use yet either, but there's some information, is all that is. Turner Manning, Plyler. This was our, billing for our water audit for 24, is that right? Gee. Look and see if you put it on the back. This is something we'd already agreed on them for the auditor, and it's not a change of price, it's just $8,000. $8,250, this is for 24, right, Brenda? Brenda, this is a 24 Turner audit on the water,
Yes, sir. This is for our 23 audit.
23, excuse me.
I got it.
That's, we already pretty much knew what that was, y'all just need to vote on accepting it.
I'll make a motion, we accept.
Motion is second, roll call.
Jimmy Clark,
Yes.
Johnny Cox.
Yes.
Chris Fuller.
Yes.
Salt Creek Paving, $438,187.70 has already been approved, but we broke the check, so I need y'all to approve it. Of that, $367,620.70 will come out of street fund. $70,560, that's gonna come out of that fund that we haven't got a note payment on yet, that we put in the budget. That's what we agreed upon to do the sewer plants. We got a lot of street work done this year. Y'all haven't been out and looked. Of course, you can't see a lot of it because, not many of you go up. There's a lot of traffic on it, but not a lot of citizens, individuals. A lot of people drive it up to the, Great Southern. That was where the biggest project we had this year. And on that job and both on the patch job that we did in the industrial park, he started digging that up at both spots, got down to bedrock. He said the problem with the asphalt there, whoever laid it originally has laid it where the pitch of the road is in the center. Comes to the center, and he said, you're holding water. There's nothing wrong with your foundation. So he went in there and tried to lay the road and get the pitch back up where the water's getting off. He said, I did not get it as, with what we figured on tonnage, I did not get Great Southern perfect, but he said it's the best I can do for the tonnage that was in the bid. And then if you go over in the industrial park, he fixed that a lot better than he told us he was gonna do. And then the sewer plant road and all the work that was done inside the sewer plant was paid out of that extra money. Y'all have voted on that already. They said, none of this is exactly what we'd already voted on. This is just paid for it. So if y'all vote on that, again, I would appreciate it. And I guess you'd need two motions, or everyone is gonna put two motions. The checks are split up because you got one in street. Part of that's paid out of street, part of that's paid out of that, money we'd set aside for a note payment that's not there this year in sewer.
I make the motion for the street, 367, 627.70.
Have a motion to pay the street, Salt Creek Paving. Have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Chris Fuller,
Yes.
Johnny Cox.
Yes.
Jimmy Clark.
Yes.
Then the wastewater would be the $70,560.
Make a motion to pay $70,000.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Chris Fuller,
Yes.
Johnny,
Yes.
Jimmy.
Yes.
The next one, we've had two fund line surges of electricity since the last, well, I guess this water plant was before that. Y'all remember last year we bought a new motor and a reconditioned motor, a rebuilt motor at the water plant on our high service pumps. We had something on surge of electricity up there, and it got through to the motor, and we lost another motor. So this is a motor to replace the one that burned up, 4167, that will come out of water and sewer maintenance.
Where was this one
The water plant. We've already replaced one of these a year ago. But, and while you're thinking about it, not thinking about it, the electricity that was out yesterday, that phase of electricity was going to our Hilltop pump station that went out to Salem, that all electricity was out. So far, we got the pumps back running, but so far we've lost phase monitor, it looks like. We've lost both surge suppressors and both lightning arresters. That's what that stuff's designed to do, so you don't, I don't know how it got through on this motor here, but that's what that product's designed to do, and that's what's hurt right now, and I don't know what it's gonna take to fix it. But we're gonna have some problems at Hilltop Lift Station and surge of electricity the other day. But I need a motion on this Butterfield, that's just,
Basically, it's $5,000 worth of equipment to protect about 50.
Oh, yeah.
or more. Do I have a motion to, on the motor for Butterfield, please?
I'll make that.
Second?
Second.
Chris,
Yes.
Jimmy,
Yes.
Johnny.
All right. And like I said, on that, I don't know, the pumps are all right, the VFDs are all right, all the control panel is all right, except the phase monitor won't come on. If you put the breaker back on, those 5 pieces of equipment are on one breaker. And you set that breaker and it just arcs. So they're looking at what's going on that. TJ looked at it, and we may have to get instrument supply there, because that's getting in specific equipment. He was reading up on it, he said it's possible the phase monitor, when you get the breaker back on, may be okay, but it shares the same ground. And he said, it's not coming on right now. So we have, actually, if we had another drop in that today, we could lose whatever equipment's running, you could lose again because you don't have any protection on it. We've got to get that protection put back on, but the protection did its job out there. Any other questions on water and sewer? Apryl, is she here?
Yep.
Okay.
You can have my copy when I'm done.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Most of you know me, but those of you who don't, my name is Apryl Falcon and I run Paws of Glenwood. I've had the experience of almost solely caring for the city shelter here in Glenwood, and I appreciate the time to speak tonight about something that is close to my heart, the future of our city's animals. I know we are currently without an animal control officer. There are little to no resources for these dogs. There has been plenty of times I personally have taken care of the dogs at the animal shelter by feeding or cleaning kennels. The care that the animal control officers have been given is bare minimum. When my organization stepped in to help the city back in 2023, we completely became no-kill. Not a single dog was euthanized under our care. While I understand that the city is small and there is a dire need for space, I hate to see those kill rates rise again. Arkansas Code 195-1136 establishes the Animal Rescue and Shelter Trust Fund, which is a state program that helps with providing funding for registered governmentally owned animal shelters. This code allows the county to contract or provide grants to a private or nonprofit organization for the operation of registered governmentally owned animal shelters. This fund will distribute 35% to each county that has at least one governmentally owned animal shelter. This funding will need to be used for construction, maintenance, and operation of registered animal shelters. My directors and I have thought hard about a solution for this crisis our city is in. It has been weighing heavy on my heart, and although we are full at our sanctuary, we would like to discuss the opportunity of being contracted as a nonprofit to help run the city shelter. We are ready and are capable of stepping in to manage intake daily operations for the shelter. We already have systems in place for evaluation, medical care, and placement through partnerships with other rescues and adoptions. We are not asking for new funding. We are asking to redirect existing or available state funds into a sustainable solution that benefits both the city and the animals who rely on it. We are open to many different ideas and solutions to this issue as we want the best for the dogs in this area. With this being in our tourist town, There are many different ways we could bring in revenue for the shelter, if we sat down and took the time to look at ways to direct funds. Our organization asks that you take this request into consideration, and thank you for your time. All right, on the first page, it explains the revenue of the trust fund, the animal rescue, and the shelter trust fund. You can look at it at your own discretion, but it says how 35% is distributed, but it has to be to a municipal shelter. And it has to be used and distributed, and it goes on to talk about how you can contract with a municipality and also a nonprofit organization. So we can work together legally. The funds will be distributed to you all, and it can be put into your account. We would come together and discuss what needs to be done. The first thing, it pays for structures, shelter, and, operations. So the first thing I would suggest is a fence. That would be the first thing. With more structures, you could have more intake, which you could enforce more animal control. More revenue would come in from tickets and violations of ordinances. That would be one thing. We could also offer a small building for like, I guess kind of like a doggy daycare. Like when people are touring and they're on the Cattle River and they would like to leave their animal, like a boarding facility, that would be revenue for the city. Although the things would be paid for, and it'll bring revenue for the city. It would be a very good look for the city. Since we had this big rescue, we've reached out to rescues in other states and everywhere, and it just would be a good look on the city. And it tells them how it has to be proportioned and everything. This money has been available since October 1st, 2009. You would have to register. It would require a signature from Mr. Billy and maybe the city judge. And it also talks about once you register, the grants that you would also be eligible for. They have a $50,000 grant in addition to that 35%. That would be for municipal shelters, for construction, maintenance, and operations. They also have a spay and neuter grant program that they allocate $3,000 each quarter. I think $3,000 a year for those shelter pets. And then $50,000 in addition to that 35, and then others like the Pet Finder Foundation, and also the ASPCA, which you have to be registered in order to get these funds. And also private donations and local funding, which is hard to come by. But you guys are applicable for things that I'm not applicable for as a 501c3, and you would be able to contract us to do the actual labor part of it, but it would go into your general bank account or your general fund, and we would come together like y'all doing everything else to decide how it would be spent. So I hope you would consider it. It would help benefit on the back end for everybody. Maybe one day Montgomery County will get involved. You know, maybe other counties will step on, because if Pike County would decide to do it, they would also get 35% if they wanted to put a shelter there. So it's funding available, it wouldn't cost you a dime, and it's kind of a no-brainer, I guess. It's up to you guys, and we're willing to do the work.
So it won't cost the city any manpower.
Yeah, it won't cost the city any manpower. The only manpower you would have to cough up sometimes is say if they have an animal abuse case that we have assessed, and we call you guys and be like, hey, look, you know, then you send out an officer. But, and I do know that's a no-kill shelter, and I know in certain situations, you know, you have to execute that plan, but that's not the plan we have.
So you're a 501c3?
Yes, ma'am.
So basically, you're wanting to run the shelter.
You guys, it'll still be your shelter. Basically, I just wanna help you, acquire the funds, get it going. It's still your shelter. We would just be, yeah, well, basically, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
But I mean, it would still be under you guys. Y'all can still take the $1.50 out the water. It's just government funds that'll help fund all of this. It just make everything better. And that would help us on the back end, because better animal control in Pike County would help us if we had that structure here. Cause we are completely closed for intake. We only doing adoption and networking with other rescues, so. And right now, they have 4 people that are inquiring about adopting a dog at the shelter. So they've been calling me and I've been curbing them, so I don't know what to tell them.
Well, the dogs that are in our possession, 9 of them can't be done anything with, because the court system hasn't said to do anything yet. And I don't know where that's coming.
All right, you got the ones that I think you're referring to, that were surrendered to the city.
We got paperwork, documentation on that?
Oh, yes, now,
Signed paperwork?
yes, sir, on every dog. We got a surrender on every dog sign.
From the owner?
From,
The
yes.
owner.
Well, not, from, Kira says she's the
Greg,
owner.
it has to be the owner.
She says that the dogs that are chipped, or it's chipped her name from Hot Springs.
You got a chip checker?
I do.
Check them, because if they're not in her name, sorry.
Well, no, and I get you.
Yeah, no, I understand. Now, it's just that they have 4 people, well,
And I
rescue
talked to
wants the
Dustin
rescue.
about it,
Yeah,
and Dustin said that the way they were signed over, that it was legal, and that she did sign
Better get documentation on it.
a form to,
I've been-
when they're adopted. Yeah, I get you, and that's what my concerns were.
How many dogs does she say is chipped?
So she said 4 out of the 9.
I'm not sure.
I have a chip checker,
Okay.
and I mean, if it comes back registered to,
Yeah, Kira says the ones chipped out of hospital, she was in the office yesterday, because she don't want the responsibility for them, she don't want the charges for the ones that is potentially looking at charges for animal cruelty, for malnutrition and stuff. You know, Kira's trying to do what's right to keep it off of her.
I understand, I'm just saying,
Yes.
Well,
That's
chip
guys
checker
across
tell you who the
the
owner
Yes,
is,
sir.
it will.
you got a
Well,
big case
that's why
on
I
it if you
went to
don't.
Dustin before because like I said, I was concerned before we ever took,
You don't know which 4 is supposedly chipped, do you?
but she could run her chip across. and
yeah, well, the chip
find
checker
out.
doesn't give us a number, and if it's Hot Springs, I can always call. We do business with them all the time.
Yeah, and we can get documentation from here saying which ones that were hers.
Well, if they're chipped and the chip comes back on her name, that's the end of that
Not all
question.
of them are chipped,
But those that are chipped, we could do something
Yes.
with right now.
yes. And
If
she'll
it's in her
sign-
name.
It's in her name, yes.
Yeah.
If
and
it's in the
Kira's
person's
wanting to
name,
sign it.
She's signed, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's wanting to sign consent to have them adopted out or whatever else, you know, another form to go along with the surrender page. So, you know, whatever we, you know, she says, you know, she don't have the money to feed them. And this is by the city taking the dogs, it's from her and the youngest girl, kept them from having to spend $250 or more a month
Yeah,
to feed them, because there was 10 dogs there when we went.
yeah.
There's 9 that's, we got, right?
We picked up 90 pound, and Kira had one of them already rehomed when we picked them up, so she took that one.
Oh, so there was 10?
There was 10 dogs there the day that we went,
Okay.
correct, Philip?
Okay.
And as far as for the funding and everything, I could get all the paperwork and everything, you don't have to do the research, I'm willing to do all of the, it would be a matter of your signature, and the city judge's signature, and the money would go into your general fund, and, I mean, we're not taking over, I mean, you still have authority over your shelter, we just wanna help to make it a better place for animals. And also, this is a tourist town, I mean, 80% of people, I've said it before, 80% of people tour with their animals. If it's a friendly place, that puts Glenwood on the map in a positive light.
I'm understanding, yes, there's gonna be a 35% grant if you get one. You're gonna be responsible for the 65%, right?
No, with a 65%, the city, Pike County, if they decided like to be on board, they would get that. We get 35% of whatever's in the animal trust fund. I would have to do research for that. But you've been applicable since October 2009. All you have to do is register. And once you register, you become applicable, they'll send you, it's too late, right? I think we're supposed to register in October, the beginning of October, but you'll be registered and you'll be applicable as soon as those funds get dispersed again, you get 35%. But in the
35% of what?
The
out
money
of
that's
whatever's
in
in
the
it,
fund.
yeah.
To pull money in the state of Arkansas
The
fund.
whole
Yeah.
state of Arkansas, if you register, you get 35% cut.
Right.
Well, if 35% cut, don't keep splitting, guys. You can't be
We're just gonna
35%.
have to see what it says.
Yeah, it's in the paper, I mean.
35% won't split, I mean, you can't, there's more than 4 pounds
You're
4
right.
times 35 is 100 and,
I have no idea, I mean, they may be millions and stuff, I'm not sure.
but 35% of what is what I'm asking. I'm not opposed to this.
No, I
I'm
understand.
trying to understand what 35% of what is.
35% of the money is distributed and used for municipalities. They take 35% of what money's in there distributed.
Oh,
To
so
all
it's just,
municipalities.
it's a total of 35%.
It's a total of
So you don't know what it is.
You don't know.
And it
Yeah.
also goes by population, they
Yeah.
prorated by population.
Okay.
And this is how other municipalities make it, I mean, this is how they pay for, animal control, this is how they pay for food, they pay for structures, this is how they get nicer buildings and fences and.
There's more grants than that.
Yeah, there's more grants than just that. Once you register, you're applicable for all types of grants.
All
And if
money.
there was a fee to be paid, like for a grant writer, I would be willing to pay that fee myself to get the,
Yes, it's money distributed under this section should not be limited to, but it's to government-owned animal.
right, it has to be a municipal
Yeah.
shelter.
All right, may I make a suggestion? I can't vote on this. Can we agree that with what Greg says, if those chip dogs come back, because she can get those adopted, we can get them out of the kennel. If the chips come back in the girl whose son was named, we might be able to get 4 of them home right now.
Yes.
Is that, do we need a motion on that, or? I would think the police, if they handle it, I'm scared to do anything with the ones that might be.
So am I, so that's why any move I made before we even went and took the surrender of the dogs, I talked to Dustin about it. Because, you know, like your dogs, but the dogs were gonna be left there without somebody to take care of them. And Dustin said it was good, you know, just, we gotta just sign a surrender for each and every dog.
Can you check, Robert, can you get her, can you come sometime tomorrow and check two of those dogs?
Yeah, I'll call you, Mr. Robin, and see what time is good for you. All right.
If that's okay with the council, if they're not chipped, we gotta keep them, in my opinion, right now, till this mess gets settled. But if they're
Unless you're
chipped,
personally signs, I'm just telling you. I've
well, if
been
they're
through it
chipped in
before.
if they're chipped in the girl's name that signed for it,
Yeah.
Then you're good.
we're good. That's all I'm saying. And then let's look at this, and y'all get back on this, talk about it next month again. I'm not
I'm
opposed.
all for, you know, letting her help out and do what she can, and everything's gotta come through.
I just,
Right.
look, I ran it for a long time. You still need that one person that is in control of intake, which needs to be a city person. Okay? They bring the dogs in, and they're in control of the shelter. If you don't, you're gonna get dogs from everywhere coming in here. We're a city-owned shelter, you take city dogs in. We're not taking them from outside city limits. Can't afford to.
But with this funding, you be able to pay the
No.
person to do it.
Can't afford to.
This is for,
Billy.
They can only do it for city.
for the,
City owned.
okay,
Yeah, your city
Do what now?
With our decom doing this too with the chamber, there's a lot of technicality. We had to have our city attorney look at this to draw up contracts and look at the city's liability. Because there's liability with this, with the animals.
right.
So I would ask if y'all don't mind letting our city
Oh, I'm all
attorney.
for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a question real quick. I just have this question. Do you have a pro forma or a budget or anything? Because if it's a commitment to the city, grants are fine, but they're not always there. So you don't want to commit to doing something and then
That
next year
doesn't
say there's no
pan out.
budget. What's the business plan?
Right.
Right.
I mean, what's the
Also,
business plan?
Right now, there's no plan. There's
Yeah.
no plan, there's no intake, there's no record of what animals are coming in and out.
I mean, well,
We have no
what's
idea.
what's the end goal so there could be a budget? I mean, because if you commit to that, and yes,
Right.
we don't have grants or we can't get
Yeah.
grants, who's gonna fund the rest? I mean, all
Well,
that kind of
that would be a
stuff.
great idea for the next meeting,
Yeah.
that's something I could. jot
Yeah, I
down
mean,
and research.
do,
That's
do,
a good
make
idea.
a business plan.
Make a business plan, absolutely.
And that could, cause I'm thinking, we commit to it and that's great, we
Right.
go out with a bang,
Right.
and then next year we can't commit,
Well, I just
you know?
wanted to get past the presentation first,
So-
and once we got past the
Yeah.
presentation, then we can form a blueprint of a business.
I
plan.
mean,
That's a good idea,
that might-
thank you, Ms. Ryan.
Okay.
Okay.
And
All right.
would you
Thank you.
time-
Thank you, April.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Would you time us?
Anything else?
I make a motion to go into executive session, please.
A motion on executive session?
Can I go over some CD rates real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I got, We've got 4 CDs totaling almost 2.2 million mature at 10/30, and then another 5, about 1.5 million mature in 11/6. I requested bids yesterday afternoon, only got 2 back, Farmers and Diamond. And I sent to Southern and to First State.
They could be getting back with you still.
Yeah, they could be, but I'll tell you what I got so far, and Diamond is quite a bit more than Farmers, but it's, 6 months, 422, 12 months, 4029, and 18 months, 374. I would say 12 months again is what I would suggest, because rates are gonna continue to decline.
Yeah.
So, I would ask that if no other bids are more than that we go ahead and renew these
Yeah,
CDs.
I say if you get them back and one's in question, let us know. If not, you make the decision. I mean,
Can I get a motion that if you don't have a bid higher than that, he goes ahead and closes on those and
I'll
gets a
make
bid
that
higher than
motion.
that?
Yeah, can I add one more thing? I love volunteering and helping to clean and stuff. Can I, with the permission of Mr. Robert, what's your name?
Robert?
With the permission of Mr. Robert or supervision of him, me and my sister, we like to help. So is it okay if we come to the city shelter and still clean and,
Get with Robert, and let him see what's going
all right.
on. Have a motion. Made a motion.
I made a motion.
Chris made a motion, second. Jimmy?
Connie?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Make a motion to go into executive session, please.
Have a motion to go into executive session? Second. Roll call.
Chris?
Yes.
Jimmy?
Yes.
John?
Make a motion, come back in session?
Make a motion to come back in session.
Second.
7:33.
Employee personnel issue, and Robert has been instructed to take care of it. So it will be taken care of. Anything else? Got a motion to adjourn?
I got a motion.
I'll say.
Roll call?
Jimmy?
Yes.
Connie?
Yes, sir.
Chris?
Yes, sir, Ray.
Motion good.